Welcome to tonight's Musicians Saving Our Home Planet virtual concert. Everybody out there in Cyberland, my name's John Guggenheim and I'm your host tonight. And the reason we're having this concert is to celebrate and promote tomorrow night's online premiere of Save the Yellowstone Grizzly's new documentary, The Beast of Our Time. And before we get into that, at the Musicians Saving Our Home Planet events, we like to begin with a land acknowledgement. And when this is done appropriately, this acknowledgement is given directly to the tribe who originally made their home on the land the event is occurring on. But because tonight's performers and audience are dispersed all over the country and beyond, I'm going to acknowledge that America was founded on the exclusion and erasure of indigenous peoples. Let's commit to learning America's true history, not just its triumphs, but its failures. And may we seek out ways to correct these failures and become true friends and allies with Native peoples, with a friendship that's based on respect, understanding, justice, and equality. Now, before I introduce today's first guest, I have a few things to cover. Because this is a live stream event, there is always the possibility that the technology could become uncooperative at times. I think we call that crash and burn. If for some reason the stream crashes, we will get right back on the Musicians Saving Our Home Planet's Facebook page where you guys can re-access the stream. So if we run into some technical stuff, just head right back there. We'll track it down and we'll get right back and going. There's some other stuff we're gonna do during this festival. The main thing is we're gonna beg you, ask you, we want you to attend tomorrow's premiere. And I've already posted links to get all the information for viewing the movie tomorrow. And those are all posted in the comment sections of the broadcast. And we also want to highlight the amazing efforts of Save the Yellowstone Grizzly and encourage you to support them. I've put the link to their website up in the comments also. I might keep doing that all night if I get really good at being a cyber guy. As you can tell by my age, that's not really my forte. I got some real cool young folk in the back there doing their thing. We could just give a clap for Craig Lindahl right now. I'd also encourage you to share the invite to the premiere on your social media. And if you're having fun at the concert, which I know you're about to, go ahead and share this concert on your social medias. Let's get a lot of people involved tonight. Tomorrow's event is really cool. It's going to include a short presentation with some amazing panelists and a Q&A, which, believe it or not, I'm supposed to collect the questions a little bit. So if you are watching tonight and you're watching tomorrow, ask some really good questions and I'll move you to the front of the line. And just a real quick run through about the movie. It's free. It's not too long, 28 minutes. And it's described as an unflinching inquiry into the relationship between climate change and grizzly bears. Here at Musicians Saving Our Home Planet, we do try to raise awareness for a lot of environmental causes, but the thing that's really been bothering me personally, and I've been doing a lot of posts this year, is we're really seeing the impacts of climate change, particularly out west. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of information in this documentary that is going to perk your ears up. Something really cool about, well, there's two things really cool about the movie that I want to tell you about. It's narrated by none other than the dude, Jeff Bridges. And there, my phone's blowing up. Check it out. And it's scored by the pianist of Little Feat, Billy Payne. And I've read some of his posts. It sounds like he really dug into this, and I'm sure the music's going to be absolutely incredible. And the film features conversations with some amazing authors. I've read some of all their work. Terry Tempest Williams, Doug Peacock, who I've had the good fortune of interviewing for my documentary, and Rick Bass. Now, we got to start making some noise with some music. I'm going to bring Ray Flanagan to the microphone, and as he's heading up here, I want to just say a handful of really kind words about Ray. He has been involved from day one with Musicians Saving Our Home Planet. Really helped me throw together our first concert for National Monuments almost 4 years ago. And he was also at the first official Musicians Saving Our Home Planet event, which had to do with the delisting of the Yellowstone grizzly bears and a court case that was coming up. We all met. It was a live event here in Cleveland where we're all hanging out, and we raised a little bit of money. But even maybe in our minds, more exciting is Save the Yellowstone Grizzly and some other partners won that court case, shutting down a hunt, and the grizzlies are back where they belong on the endangered species protections. But climate change is getting in the way, and also management issues are coming up, and you'll learn all about those tomorrow. But like I say, Ray's a dear friend, and he's done amazing things. So let's all give him a warm welcome. He's just going to jump in my chair right now. It's going to be great.
Can I sit in your lap? Should I put the headphones on?
No, don't need them. I'm going to go grab it.
All right. The lights of town are shaking like a wet dog on a chain. And all the money we were making, well, we may not see it again. But we can't go back. We can't go back. No, we can't just go back to the way it was. Sour bread mama's baking has worked its way into my brain. We all may tend to feel forsaken when we suspect that love's been feigned. But we can't go back. We can't go back. Honey, we can't just go back to the way it was. White spring flowers on waterfalls, big creek running between concrete walls. We may have bent to what we've lost, but we must keep growing at all costs. It's a long old tunnel, it's damp and dark. Sunlight is shining from the other end of the park. We can't go back. We can't go back. Well, we can't just go back to the way it was. I can feel your heart is aching, and in your eyes I see your pain. Defining strength is complicating. Still there's one thing that is plain, that we can't go back. Well, we can't go back. We can't just go back to the way it was. The way it was. The way it was. All right. God bless America. and all its people and grizzly bears. In the days to come, in the days to come, there's gonna be no more sickness. There's gonna be no more sorrow. In the days to come. We gotta keep our hands on the wheel. We gotta keep our hands on the wheel. As we get what we need and protect what we feel. We gotta keep our hands on the wheel. And we gotta keep our eye on the ball. We gotta keep our eye on the ball. As together we stand, divided by it all. We got to keep our eye on the ball. It's gonna be all right now. It's gonna be all right now. As we move on ahead and we get well again in the days to come. I have so many friends who are victims of the past, trying to stop that fleeting feeling, 'cause it never seems to last. And I know that that feeling could knock you cold to the floor, send you crawling down the avenue, begging at every door. Oh, I wanna feel your touch. Oh, I wanna feel your sweet touch. Oh, I wanna feel your touch again in the days to come. It's gonna be all right now. It's gonna be all right now. As we move on ahead and we get well again. Yes, we move on ahead and we get well again in the days to come. In the days to come. In the days to come. Whoa, in the days to come. In the days to come. Alright. Thank y'all. Thanks, Biggie.
Big round of applause for our friend Ray. Hopefully on the way out he comes and gives me a hug, because that's a Cleveland tradition. We have a very loving music community. I like, it says now playing Ray Flanagan, and he looks like me. Oh no, now it says Googie. That's better. Ray's sipping a little coffee. He's gonna go have some fun tonight. Which jam are you heading to? Let's do a little promotion.
Man, that means people are gonna know where I am.
Yes.
I'm going to O'Toole's for Chase Oakley's.
Head into O'Toole's for Chase Oakley's jam night tonight. It's a Wednesday. Now,
Don't talk to me.
don't talk to Ray when you show
At
up.
the bar, whatever. Leave me
But
alone.
what I want,
It's also a Tuesday.
oh, so Wednesday's the premiere. Tuesday in Cleveland, we warm up early. Last night was Manic Monday, and we're all still kind of riding that wonderful party. I want to give you guys some of the sense of what you're going to see in the documentary tomorrow. And I probably should just maybe share a little story about one of the main guys that saved the Yellowstone grizzly, the founder, and also one of the main people in the documentary. It's a gentleman named Doug Peacock, who in the environmental world, if you're a big environmentalist, you know who Doug is because he's really been putting in the work. And I had the really good fortune of getting to interview him. He was really generous with his time. But I do want to tell the story of when we first met. Somewhere, a secret location, somewhere in Montana. In the midst of my documentary, which was close to 4,000, 5,000 miles of driving, I pulled up Doug's driveway, knocked on the door, and, you know, believe me, Doug's a bit of a hero to me because of all the great things he's done for many, many causes. So I was really excited, but a little nervous because, you know, Doug is... how do you put this? He don't play around. Let's just leave it at that. So I knock on the door opens, and Doug looks at me like, who are you and what are you doing here? And I politely, I'm John Guggenheim. We're supposed to do an interview today. And I think he says, oh, I think that was tomorrow. And being the kind of quiet guy I am usually when I'm not on stage, I said, oh, we can come back tomorrow. He goes, no, come in. Welcomes me into his house and says, did you hear about the delisting? But I was probably about as far from where cell phones consistently work at that point and had no idea what he was talking about. But apparently that day the administration and Ryan Zinke at that time had removed the grizzly bears from the endangered species list, making it so that they could be hunted. And it was just the most difficult day for anybody who cares about grizzly bears, but especially for Doug. And he'd been on the phone with NPR and various other sources getting interviewed. And it was just amazing how he was able to pull himself together, do a great job for our documentary, but we also talked about a lot of other stuff. And hopefully, as we left, he did say that was a good experience hanging out. And I've been very fortunate to follow his work a little more closely since then, and working with Save the Yellowstone Grizzly, which I really encourage you guys, SaveTheYellowstoneGrizzly.org, to learn about the organization and support them. And as I said earlier, it was really exciting when the protections were reestablished because of a court case that Doug and his friends put together to stop the hunt and get the grizzly bears back on the endangered species list. So sad day, happy ending at that point, at this point, and I'm anxious to learn about the more current threats to grizzly bears. Tomorrow at the documentary, which I do believe in the comments, I have a link so you guys can all watch with me tomorrow. I do want to move on to our next musical guest. It's either going to be Kennedy Nagel or Dane Carlisle, depending on who wants to go first. But I'm going to put my headphones on and welcome them. Let's get them in the room. Can anybody hear me over there?
They're on mute.
They're on mute. Dane, if you can unmute yourself.
My
There
bad,
it
my
is.
bad. Hi.
That's that technical stuff we were all talking about. Good to see you
I'm-
guys. Let's all
Good to see
wave.
ya. I'm so
Look-
used to Zoom.
No, you're doing really good, Dane. So anyhow, are you about ready to get going there?
Sure. Yeah, I can play first if you like, and then Kennedy after me.
All right, that sounds good. We'll take a little break between you and Kennedy. We'll tell another story and twist some people's arms and stuff to make sure they all show up at the premiere. But please, everybody, welcome Dane Carlisle. He's one of the outstanding new guys on the Cleveland music scene.
Well, thank you so much. All right, we'll see how this goes. I just set all my equipment up at a friend's, so here goes nothing. Wasted a day long, and I don't mean what I said. Tasted and tender, ghosts need attraction. We've waited so long, they never came home. We've waited so long, they never came home. We've waited so long.
came home. We've waited so long. They never came home. We've waited so long.
Dane, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. That was just absolutely brilliant. Wow.
Thank you so much, man. Hopefully it sounded all right. It's like I said, I'm kind of just set up this equipment here.
Yeah, no, it sounded like a record. It was just amazing. I did a little headphone, I did a little speakers. It was great. Do you think Kennedy would be ready to go in a couple minutes?
Absolutely.
That's a thumbs up. All right, so
Yep.
why don't you do a little bit with her? I'm going to tell another quick story, twist a few arms to get people excited about tomorrow night, and then we'll bring Kennedy in. Wow. All right, so I want to say, talk about another person involved with Save the Yellowstone Grizzly. His name's Chuck Irestone, and he is really a driving force at Save the Yellowstone Grizzly. And he's got his hands full. He's putting the Q&A and the movie together tomorrow, and kind of taking care of all the technical stuff and a lot of the promotional stuff for tomorrow, and of course with a lot of help from a lot of great teammates. But Chuck was in New York City for the New York Wild Film Festival on an earlier documentary involving Doug Peacock, and he had kind of been the point man on helping us out with the concert for Grizzly Bears that we did a couple of years ago. And I'd never met him, but man, he seemed like a really awesome guy. So I did a road trip with our friends from Cleveland, Reagan Leaf, Viking Rock and Roll Band. They had a gig in New York City right when Chuck was there. So we rolled out to meet Chuck, and I wanted to go see the Titanosaur, but we settled on another amazing thing. We went up into Harlem to see a weekly jazz concert. Chuck is a huge music lover and is always turning me on to some really cool stuff, such as Musicians Saving Our Home Planet, Friends out in Missoula. Oh man, Hardwood Heart, who just had a new release. amongst others. We almost got a new friend of his from Michigan in to perform tonight, but technical stuff kind of got in the way. But I do want to give a shout out to Chuck for all his huge efforts. And now I'd like to bring Kennedy Nagel into the room. And there she is. She's plugging stuff in. While she's plugging away here, I also want to remind you that links to the event for tomorrow are in the comments. Kennedy, you up and running? Okay, unmute your mic probably.
I'm still a noob. Sorry about that.
I know. No. This is the world we are living in. So
But-
it's great to see you. I saw you and Dane last night. You guys look like you got enough sleep in. Is that true? She's good.
No.
She's good, guys.
Do you think we sleep in Cleveland? Because we don't.
We all got home at like 2:00 yesterday, so
Right.
we did the
Well,
best we
during-
could.
During the time that in like your little interlude, I found that you have a Change.com petition. I didn't even see that.
Yes,
So I signed up
if
for
you
that.
go to Save the Yellowstone Grizzly, there is a Change.org, I believe,
Yeah, that might be it.
petition, and I was like the first guy to sign it. Like, I send nasty letters. There's all sorts of cool things you get to do when you're an environmentalist. I literally like, oh dear Joe Biden, you're pissing me off today. Don't do this, do that, and it's empowering. One of the guys in the movie who makes me look like I barely know how to write is a gentleman named Rick Bass, who, if you read his books, Kennedy, I think he sits down and either writes a really awesome novel or he writes about 50 congressmen every day. I mean, that is it's just so admirable. And all the guys and Terry and everybody involved with this movie, they're really an inspiration, and I've been really lucky. Guys like Chuck have kind of taken me under their wing, and I'm a relatively new environmentalist. I although I've thrown on my backpack and been at it since I was younger than you, it was really in the last 4 or 5 years where I just couldn't be on the sidelines anymore. There was too much going on, and so that's where Musicians Saving Our Home Planet and the Common Ground in America documentary came from. So, like I say, I have these role models to look up to try and do the best that I can, and hopefully, the other thing that's been so wonderful is the support of the Cleveland community, because not everybody in Cleveland's been out west, experienced Canyon Country or Yellowstone or all these great places. And as we were discussing last night, Kennedy, I really want your generation to have the same opportunities that my generation had. So I'm so excited that you're performing tonight. Kennedy, for those of you who haven't heard her before, just blasted onto the Cleveland music scene, and we are really excited to see what her future looks like with her music. So Kennedy, take it away, play us a few songs, please.
Well, thank you. This one's called Snow Globe, and I'm just gonna go into it. And my fears will fall like snow when I've lost all sense of home, and I have nowhere to go, and the world has got so cold. Take me to a place where I know it's safe, draped in a warm embrace. I'm dying to see a face that I know. I'm so cold, feels like I'm trapped in a snow globe. I can't do this on my own, so lead me to a road so I can find my way back home. And the forest is thick with lies, and no matter how hard I try, take. And leaving you was my biggest mistake. Oh, on my own out here, my heart is drenched in fear, forgetting all things I held dear. Things aren't ever as they appear, and my fears will fall like snow when I've lost all sense of home, and the world has got so cold. Take me to a place where I know it's safe, draped in a warm embrace. I'm dying to see a face that I know. I'm so cold, feels like I'm trapped in a snow globe. I can't do this on my own, so lead me to a road so I can find my way back home. So I can find my way back home.
I didn't know. Am I supposed to do one or two? Well, I'll play one more if you guys are down for it. If not, just cut me off mid. That's okay. We'll play one called Better Things to Do. And the better thing that you have to do today is to go and sign the petition. Definitely check out the documentary and save the grizzly bears.
And I won't spend my life waiting on you. I've tried to give you time, but what can I do? When is it enough? When you've wasted all my minutes waiting. But can I tell you, love, that I'm getting quite impatient. Don't have time to give away to people who don't even care. I might as well just throw my life and my plans into the air. But I can't, so I won't. And it's easier if I don't. And I love to spend my whole life waiting on you. But I'm afraid that I've got better things to do. Forgotten about last minute means nothing to you. Meanwhile, my heart's restless, just trying to muscle through. And I could stay up all night and wonder why we couldn't work. But then I'd spend my whole evening pretending not to be her. But I can't, so I won't. And it's easier if I don't. And I love to spend my whole life waiting on you. But I'm afraid that I've got better things to do. Tick tock, tick tock, I'm waiting on you. Not a big shock, I was just hoping for something new. Tick tock, your time is running out. I'm staring at the clock, and now I know there is no doubt that I can't, so I won't. Would have been different if you would have shown. And I love to spend my whole life waiting on you. But I can't, so I won't. Hell of a lot easier if I don't. And I love to spend my whole life waiting on you. But my dear, I've got better things to do.
Wow, Kennedy, the whole crew is clapping like crazy over here, and I saw a bunch of loves flying up over the live stream. I super want to thank you for your performance tonight and for your efforts, and Dane. I mean, you guys are just shining stars on our scene now, and I completely looking forward to making a lot more noise with both of you guys down the road and hearing you at all your shows. I'm going to sneak Taylor Lamborn over here. Kennedy, good night.
Thank
Dane,
you.
if he's around, I'm giving him a hug right now. Put him in the camera. Let's all give Dane one more round of applause. Oh, yes. I'll see you guys at Manic Monday for sure, right? Excellent. All right, I'm going to tell some stories, but I got Taylor Lamborn going to lean over my shoulder, start working on her funny faces for her performance. And there we go. We got the now. How about the coming up Taylor Lamborn?
I thought you said that I was going to make fun of you.
Yeah, sneak over, look in the camera. That's Taylor. Okay, Taylor is the master of the stank face when she's playing. If you want to have a drinking game right now, I know my Montana crew loves to suck on them beers. Every time Taylor makes a stanky face, the stank
They're going to
face.
be chugging for the whole
Yeah,
event.
just be like this. Just get a keg. Anyhow, let's tell some more musician stories.
What do you want to know?
Well, I'm going to tell you, sit back here, tell you a story. Am I still in the mic, Craig? When I noticed that the score was by Bill Payne of Little Feat, I was just like, oh man, this is going to be really cool. But the other thing that Hey, we are back on. Craig, you can hear me? All right, sorry about that. Internet freeze up. Back to Billy. If I can find that little thing I had setting up here. I was going to tell you a little story. Billy Payne happens to be in Little Feat, which the drummer in my band, Googie's Rock and Roll 101, has been doing cancer benefits probably for about a dozen years with some of the guys with Little Feat. So I thought I would give him a call to get a Little Feat Billy Payne story from him today. So we talked for a little bit, and apparently Billy only was on one or two of those hits. But the funny part was the other guys from Little Feat and my buddy Tommy from my band, they rock and rolled it. They went pretty intense as far as the party. Let's just leave it at that. But apparently, Billy is the serious guy in the band. On the description of the film, it says Bill Payne, but Tommy calls him Billy. He goes, Billy was really quiet and serious. And I got to tell you guys, I think that's the attitude you want when you score an important documentary like this. So my expectations are this music score for this film is absolutely going to be incredible. I can't wait to hear it from the very serious Bill Payne, or Billy, as Tommy likes to call him. Anyhow, sitting behind me, stank-faced Taylor Lamborn. She's going to introduce herself, play a couple songs. Remember, the link to the instructions to view the premiere is in the comments here. We're going to be sharing it on the Musicians Saving Our Home Planet page all day tomorrow, all night tonight when we're done. And we also want you to go check out SaveTheYellowstoneGrizzly.org, see how you can support. And of course, they do have that petition with Change.org. Add your name. You can do your part. And ladies and gentlemen, here's Taylor Lamborn. Sit on my chair, please.
What? Oh, yeah, okay, I'll move.
Yeah, scoot over there.
I'll move. Hi, Franz. It's me. Do I say anything?
You can say whatever you want. That mic is yours.
Okay. It's so ironic that it was right before my set that there was a technical difficulty, because that's the whole story of my whole streaming life. All right. So this is a song about the world exploding. I'm turning up my thing as if it's plugged into something, and it's not plugged into anything.
So this is how we go down. When at least we felt the sun. I got nothing to wash these ashes from my mouth. And heavy is this hand that holds the gun. I can't bear to bring a child to this wretched world. I can hardly bear to love. I just spend my day saying that we should be praying that these rains aren't the same poison that we are sending up. And this is how we go down. Oh, at least we felt the sun. It's got nothing but tears to wash these ashes down. And heavy is this hand that holds the gun. Brackish waters swallow the shores, and the faults all open up. Fire tears through every door, and there is nowhere left to run. We can't fill our cup with oil, though it's blowing out the well. We can't bandage wounds with memories of youth, shelter, love, and help. So don't lecture us about why the sky is gray. It seems no one really wants to change. We just carry on with the burden of every passing day, till death do us part, it's all the same. So this is how we go down. Oh, at least we felt that sun. The irony now that all our hopes run out. The only mercy's in this hand that holds the gun.
Yeah.
Ask them if they saw any stank face.
Did you guys see any stank faces? I don't think I can see. Do I have to go over to the? It's a private chat.
You can't see anything.
I can't
right
see
now.
anything.
It ain't gonna happen.
All right. I'm not trying to see anything. Because you guys probably all talking about my stank face. Do you guys like my shirt? This is a print of a tree. Yeah. Moses Cleveland tree. Okay, I'm gonna play a song. This can be interpreted in many ways. It was inspired by nature, though. So,
Wade into a shallow creek on a calm morning. Stir the mud as I fall to my knees with no warning. See just what I want there. I may never know, but each time I leave, that calm air falls cold. Keep trying to find where the heartache ends. Oh, I'm stuck in your sadness again. Why do I keep trying to find where this heartache ends? Oh, I know I'll be back here again. Oh, see, I climb now where those needles meet the sky. It smells like Christmas, but the sun burned my eyes. Oh, and something keeps on pulling me back to that same well-tread path, same old corner of this map. Why do I keep trying to find where the heartache is? Oh, I know now I'll be back here again. Oh, I will keep trying to find where the heartache is.
this same old peak. Dip my blistered toe in that slow-moving creek. Oh, and it's not now, it's not now, like I left it before. My skin's weathered all, and my muscle so sore. Why do I keep trying to find where the heartache is? Oh, I'm stuck in this madness again. Why do I keep trying to find where the heartache is? 'Cause I know I'll be back here. Yeah, I know I'll be back here. Oh, I know I'll be back here again.
Oh my, oh my.
Yeah, there's a song.
That heartache's gonna end.
I hope this heartache ends.
Oh my goodness. Now,
I hope.
what y'all don't know is Taylor took a spill out on the trail today. She's one of my hiking, mushroom hunting,
I'm so
dog
pathetic.
walking. And she just went out there and rocked for you guys. So
I know, I
Oh,
limped
goodness.
here. I didn't have time. I hardly had time to do much. But
she almost poked
there
me
you
in
go.
the face with the guitar too.
I'm struggling. struggling.
Woo!
Anyway, thanks, guys.
Oh my gosh. Everybody who's watching, please give a big thank you and round of applause for Taylor Lamborn.
That's me.
Uh-oh, I just broke my tuner. That's how I roll, guys. See if I can get that going. Everybody else was smart and tuned before they walked up on stage. How do you like this stage at the secret location? Cleveland, Ohio. Somewhere. We can't say where. It's a secret. Oh, great. And Taylor, you got your tuner. Mine just decided it was going to have a bad day. No, that's... okay. No. I'll tell a story while I try the tune. That looks good, actually. Maybe I'll just use my ears like a musician. Ooh, I think that guy looks bad.
You're bad. In like
I think
a
I'm
good way.
Michael Jackson bad.
Yeah.
Reggae terrible.
These days.
They're googies. All right, guys. Back to the fun. Taylor's getting goofy on the other side of this camera. I do want to just leave you one last thing to think of before I play a couple good night songs. One of the things that Doug and I talked about when I interviewed him was something that he's been talking about and writing about for a long time. And he basically says that the fates of man and grizzly bears are intertwined, intermingled. And essentially what that means is that if we as the human race can't make room for healthy grizzly bear populations, it's really an indicator of what's to come for us. We're not going to be able to have a planet that's safe for humans to live on. And we're seeing a lot of that. Climate change has very much been an existential threat to our ecosystems and our planet and all its inhabitants, all its life forms. And maybe that was supposed to be something my grandkids would see, but we're seeing it right now. So if you're not paying attention, if you're not opening your eyes, particularly to what's happening out west now, please get educated. Please start paying attention. Please start doing your part to combat this global threat, and it's nice when we host concerts or raise awareness or raise funds, but it's also a lifestyle that and decisions that we all make as individuals to do our part to combat climate change. And I'm definitely easing into it. I leave a little too much plastic around, and I haven't been riding my bicycle as much as I like to, but I'm really putting in the effort, and I hope that you guys, if you show up and watch this movie tomorrow, will be really inspired to participate in that. And I'm going to play a song that was actually inspired by an indigenous food sovereignty activist named Carlos Baca, who I met up in the Bears Ears Meadows. I was harvesting some wild food, and it just, knowing Carlos has kind of put a different perspective on what happens when I get some food out of the woods in my neighborhood. And this song's called Give More. I like to give more than I take. So we can play that one first for you. I get down on my knees, say a prayer, and I plant a seed. And 'cause my mama, she gives me everything I need. Yeah, food and water, the very air I breathe. More beautiful than anything I could make. Try to give more than I take. A gentle rain starts falling down, nourishing that seed I planted in the ground. The sun peeks out and makes a rainbow. Then that seed I planted, well, it starts to grow and grow and grow. More beautiful than anything I could make. Try to give more than I take. And if I'm quiet, I can hear my mama's song, whispering in the trees as they all dance along. Her ancient story woven like a tapestry. We're all connected in her joyful harmony. Harmony, harmony. Tonight I lay down on the land to ponder mysteries that I'll never understand. I seek them answers in the starry skies, and then that harvest moon begin to rise. More beautiful than anything I could make. Try to give more than I take. More beautiful than anything that I could make. Try to give more than I take. Try to give more than I take. Ooh, got some golf claps. This is that really cool between streaming concert and having a few people in the room hang out, and it's very inspirational. Taylor's hidden, but Craig's kind of bouncing his feet over there and stuff. So I'm going to play one more song before we get going tonight. I am going to remind you, you can find the premiere of Beast of Our Times in the comments. We're going to be sharing the link to the event with all the instructions for the next day, and I really hope to see you tomorrow. Feel free to ask some questions if you're my friends. Apparently I'm in charge of finding the best questions, so if you're my friend, I might move you to the front of the line if you send me some money. Or if you make a big donation to save the Yellowstone Grizzly, I would definitely do that. Also, visit SaveTheYellowstoneGrizzly.org, learn about these wonderful folks. And the best thing tomorrow, watch that documentary, please, because you're going to learn so much, and hopefully you'll start giving more than you take, and doing it with the grizzly bears and all of our planet in mind. And these are some inspiring people. I hope you're very much inspired by the movie. I'm going to leave you with a fun one. There's a very old movie called The Cannonball Run, which had all sorts of seriously funny old actors that my young crew never heard of. They raced their cars very illegally from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast. And I think it was Mel Tillis and Terry Bradshaw were in a souped up kind of stock car, and one of them looked at the other and said, as they started the race, "Are we going to take the shortcut out of the parking lot?" I said that those 2 seconds were going to make a difference in their race. They ended up driving in the pool, but one of them looked at the other guy and said, "If you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly." And I wrote this song, it was about 30 years ago, long before I ever really had given grizzly bears much thought. And there's so I'm going to play that song, and when I'm done, I'm going to give a big thank you to everybody. So let's see if I can get through this one. I used to talk so quietly. I never wanted anyone to notice me. And I used to talk so carefully. I was afraid I might disturb the peace, and I never say what was on my mind. I never tell nobody what I really felt inside, and I never took a stand for what was right. I was afraid I might get into a fight. Now I remember what my daddy said to me. You only got one life, so live it joyfully, yeah. Go with your heart sometimes and follow every dream. If you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly. Well, when I first set eyes on you, I I fell in love. If I spend each day with you, well, it wouldn't be enough. But I was so afraid to make a play. I was scared you'd turn your back and walk away. Now I remember what my daddy said to me. You only got one life, so live it joyfully, yeah. Go with your heart sometimes and follow every dream. If you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly. Well, now I got the courage to take a stand and tell you that I love you, girl, and hold your hand. And like that big old bear running through the woods, I found that life is both beautiful and good. Now I remember what my daddy said to me. You only got one life, so live it joyfully, yeah. Go with your heart sometimes and follow every dream. If you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly. Everybody sing this time. Go with your heart sometimes and follow every dream. If you gonna be a bear, be a grizzly. Wow. All right, guys. Before I say goodbye, I think I've invited you to this premiere enough, told you how cool it's going to be, how important it is. So keep your eyes out for links. There is a link in the comments. We're going to be sharing all day. Learn about SaveTheYellowstoneGrizzly.org by going to SaveTheYellowstoneGrizzly.org. There's a petition on Change.org. There's all sorts of cool stuff. Have a lot of fun. I'm sure this movie's going to be incredible. And before I say goodnight, I want to give a big thank you to Ray Flanagan, Dane Carlisle, Kennedy Nagel, Taylor Lamborn, and our director tonight, Craig Lindahl. He's given some rock and roll thing.
Metal.
Heavy metal. Because that's where we were at tonight. The beast of our time. Godzilla. Anyhow, I love y'all. Thanks again for hanging out with us tonight. Hope to see you tomorrow. Peace out.